Good morning, sixth graders. This is actually one of my favorite lessons, and the reason is that this is like the heart of what algebra is. And so, we're going to find solutions for both sides. If you look through your pages, starting on page 225. So we have page 225 down here. Let's go ahead and get started. So check for solutions. A solution of an equation or inequality with one variable is a number that can be substituted for the variable to make a true statement. So example 1 is x equals 4 is a solution for 5x minus 3 equals 17 because when 4 is substituted for x, the resulting statement is 5 times 4 minus 3 equals 17, which is true. And if you take a look over here, if we look, we can say, okay, 5x minus 3, we plug in this 4 for x. 5 times 4 is 20. We bring down the minus 3. We get 20 minus 3 is 17, and 17 does equal 17. So the second example is when x is 9, so x equals 9 is a solution of 1 plus 4x is greater than 3x plus 1, because when 9 is substituted for each x, so we have two x's here, right? Here and here. The resulting statement 1 plus 4 times 9, which is 36, plus 1 is 37, is greater than 3 times 9, which is 27, plus 1, which is 28. So 37 is greater than 28. Yep. So what I just walked you through verbally is written down over here. So we have our original statement right here. And then they put 9 in for x. And then they just solve it. And this comes out to be true, which is 37 is greater than 28. Okay. So considering the following equation and inequalities. Remember, we talked about inequalities in lesson 14. An inequality is when something is not equal to, right? It is unequal. So greater than, less than, or not equal to at all. And then we also learned about greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and which is the same thing for how we solve. So number 1, evaluate 7x minus 1 for x equals 11. And it's asking us, is x equals 11 a solution of these three things? And there's only one minor difference here, which is equals, less than, and greater than. And you just write yes, yes, or yes, or no, no, or no, or yes, no, yes, or whatever. Okay, so let's evaluate. We have x is 11, so we're going to plug that in there. So let's just solve it. 7 times 11 minus 1 is equal to 77 minus 1 is equal to 76. So let's come over here. Is it equal to the 83? No. That's false. Is it less than 83? Yep. I'd say 73 is less than. Is it greater than? No. Okay. Let's do it again. Number 2. Evaluate 7x minus 1 for when x is equal to 12. Let's do 7 times 12 minus 1. 7 times 12 is 7 times 10 is 70 plus 14 is 84. Sorry. 84 minus 1 is equal to 83. So there's my solution. Is it equal to 83? Yes. So it can't be less than or greater than, right? Okay, let's go back over here. Number 3, evaluate 7x minus 1. Let's just plug it in. 7 times 13 minus 1 is equal to, oh my gosh, 7 times 12 is 84 plus 7 is 91. Did I do that right? Let's check my answer. I don't trust myself right now. It's morning time and I don't function in the morning as well. 7, 8, 9. Yep, 91. Okay, minus 1 is 90. Is it equal to 83? No. Is it less than 83? No. Is it greater? Yep. So there it is. Okay, so that's how we would solve for substitution. So if we have a variable on both sides, this is where it gets fun, guys. If we are solving for these, so number 4 says evaluate 3x plus 6 for x is equal to 0. That would be 6, right? Because 3 times 0 is 0 plus 6 equals 6. Sorry. Okay. Is x equals 0 a solution of each of the following? Whoa, what happened for number 4? Oh, yeah, evaluate x, 7x. We forgot to do the next part, which is 7x plus 4 equals 4, because this equals 0, right? Okay. So I have 6 on one side, so I would rewrite this as 6 is equal to 4, 6 is less than 4, and 6 is greater than 4, just by plugging them into these variables here. You see what I'm doing here? I found a solution for the left side right here. I found a solution to the right side right here. And I'm just plugging them in as I go. Putting all my left sides over here. 3x plus 6. 3x plus 6. And then over here, same thing. I'm sorry if this sounds redundant for you, for some of you, but for some of us, we need things color-coded, and I was definitely that kid in school where I needed to see things visually, and so I'm going to lay that out for you. Okay, so we have our left side, we have our right side, and all we have that is different are these inequalities in the middle. Okay, so we have 6 equals 4, 6 is less than 4, 6 is greater than 4. And obviously the correct one is that 6 is greater than 4. So that would be this one. So yes, no, no. Go ahead and pause this video real quick and go ahead and try number 5. Remember, start with your left. You can start with the left side of the equation over here and the right side of the equation over here and see which of these is the correct solution. Go ahead and push pause. Okay, welcome back. So we are going to solve for this. I'm going to do it in blue. X is equal to 1/2, so 3. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. 1/2 plus 6 is equal to, so half of 3 is 1 1/2 plus 6 is equal to 7 1/2 on this side. And if I put in here 7, whoops, times 1/2 plus 4. Half of 7 is 3 1/2 plus 4 is equal to 7 1/2. Right? Okay, those look equal. So, hold on one second. Just lost Wi-Fi, so I need to go back onto the network. Okay. So, we're just going to take a look at these signs here, and we're looking for the equals one, right? Yes. No. No. 7.5 and 7.5 cannot be less than or equal or greater than each other. It has to be equal. Okay. Number 6. Evaluate for when x is 1. Same thing. 3 times 1 plus 6 is equal to 9. And I got 9 because 3 and 1 is 3 plus 6 is 9. Okay, let's try the bottom one. Same thing. 7 times 1 plus 4. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 4 is 11. So I have 9 on this side, 11 on this side. It's not equal. Yep, it's less than. It's not greater than. Okay, same thing for number 7, last one. But in this case, we're using decimals. So 3 times 2/10 plus 6 is 3 times 2/10 is 6/10 plus 6 is 6.6 or 6 6/10. Same thing over here. Okay, so I have 6.6 on my left. And what did I have on the right side? 5.4 on my right. And 6.6 is greater than, so it's going to be this one. Make sure that this is written into your journal, please. That you're doing all of this with me. Okay. So that's the first half of this lesson. The next half is solving. So solving an equation or inequality means finding its solutions. Usually it has more than one. So you can solve some equations by thinking about the value that will make the sides of the equation equal. So for example, to solve 2x plus 6 equals 8 plus 6, you might reason like this. Both sides have two terms. On both sides, one of the terms is 6. On the other for the sides to be equal, the other terms must be equal. So 2x must be equal to 8 because, or which means, x is equal to 4. So you can use substitution to check your solution, or the sides of the equation are equal, so x equals 4 to the solution. This is basically just solving it, guys. So I just read verbatim what the textbook says. However, what I need you to know is that this is they're just solving this. They're just saying, what is x equal to? And what I would do is I would say, well, 2x plus 6 is equal to, and I would just simplify this term, 8 and 6 is 14. 2 times what plus 6 is going to give me 14. And you could either think of it that way, or you could just say, well, I need to get rid of this 6 on this side. Just get rid of that altogether because I want to get this x all by itself, right? So now I would subtract 6 from both sides. I'm left with 2x, which is equal to 14 minus 6 is 8. Well, 2 times what is 8? Obviously, that's 4. 4 is the obvious solution. But if I really wanted to make sure, I could just get rid of this 2 on this side by dividing, right? This is multiplying. And if I want to get rid of something, I do the opposite. So I'm going to get rid of this 2. 8 over 2 is 4. X equals 4, right? And I am just going to move all of this stuff up a little bit so that we have room in our next equation. Okay. Number 8. Let's just go ahead and solve through these because at first they're tricky, but after they're done being tricky, they're fun. So 8. 13 minus 6 is equal to x plus 3. Solve for x. Let's start with 13 minus 6 is 7. Yep. Which is equal to x plus 3. So x plus 3, what is x? It's 4, obviously, but what I could do is I could subtract 3 from both sides. It's good to practice this, guys, because when things start to get tricky, you'll already know the process, right? So 7 minus 3 is 4 equals x. So we're going to say 4 there. Okay, let's do number 9. 8 equals x minus 8. Obviously, the answer is 16. But I want to show you how we would get rid of that 8. I have minus 8 here. To get rid of that, I need to add 8 to this. So I'm going to do that to that side. I'm going to add 8 to this side so that we keep our equation balanced. So now I have 16x. 16 is our solution. And obviously that makes sense because 16 minus 8 is 8. Right? Okay, go ahead and try to do the rest by yourself. Push the pause button. I'm just going to be here going through and writing the answers real quick. If you need help with any of these, just let me know, and I will do that. Okay, let's talk about this one for a second. This one is tricky. I'm going to start by solving or doing as much as I can. This is a 6, not a B. Okay, we're solving for x, right? We're trying to get x by itself. So I am going to start by simplifying this. 24 divided by 6 is 4 equals, and then I'm going to write the rest. I am actually going to multiply this side by 6 because I'm trying to get rid of the divided by 6. Divided and multiplication are opposites of each other, and so it's going to get rid of these. But whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So now I have 24 is equal to 27 minus x. You can take the parentheses away. These parentheses don't really matter at this point because you can't do anything with them. And so what I would do is I would minus 27 here. 24 minus 27 is, actually it's negative 3, which we haven't really learned about negative numbers. You know what, I should not have taught you like that. I'm going to do, so these are both negative. Negative 3 is equal to negative x. All I have to do is multiply by negative 1 on each side, and I'll just flip my signs. So now 3 is equal to x. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop there. I want to talk about the rest with you in Zoom today. So I will see you then.